standing up in the country one day, me and a few more country boys, you know, folding our money, stuffing our pockets, you know, doing the things that hustlers do. A car drove up. It was occupied by all females. Instantly, I saw one get out that really intrigued me. You know, she intrigued me a lot. She had everything I like, a big bottom, you know, big top, you know, sexy little face. You know, she didn't have on no makeup or nothing like that or whatever. So, you know, it was cool. But she was asking questions about me without knowing me. And, you know, I knew from the ripple effects of things that I had heard that, you know, a lot of people was inquiring about me or whatever. But I just stayed ducked off. I wasn't really out there at first because I knew I had a job to do and I was there to do my job to the best of my ability. But anyhow, she was talking about this guy and she was saying all these things about me. She didn't know I was standing right there. So eventually, you know, everybody kikied and laughed a little bit. And I say, hey, I'm who you looking for. And she walked up to me and put her nose right close to mine and told me that she came to the country to get me. She wasn't leaving without me. And I thought that was real gangster. I liked it that. I thought it was real gangster. You know, needless to say, later on that night, she took me to what I later found out to be one of her cousin's house. And she took me all down and through there. You know, but her taking me all down and through there and making me feel good and me making her feel good, it didn't make me feel no special way. It just made my antenna stay alert. But this girl would do anything I asked her to do, no matter what it was. And I wasn't never the type to send somebody on a kamikaze mission that I wasn't willing to do myself. But this girl was what you call a ride or die. Anyhow, his head got cold. I bought my first 1973 Impala. It was like a royal blue. And I had like a little sound in it. And, you know, it didn't have no paint or nothing like that because it just was something that I looked up on. And it just put me where I needed to be, is moving around. I wasn't going to make it dance or nothing like that. Well, I went over to the house one night. And, you know, she did her usual. You know, she put me to bed. You know, she tucked me in. You know what I mean? Gave me my pacifier and pat me in the back and belched me and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I fell asleep. Woke up. You know, I was getting a few, you know, calls or whatever. So phone kept ringing. Anyhow, I got up. When I got up, I remember putting my pants on, going outside, warming up the Chevy Impala, and I left. So the next move for me to make was to check the money. I went in, I'm driving, I'm counting the money, and, you know, I get to a certain number, and I'm like, whoa, I'm shocked. I turn around. I go back around there, bamming on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Excuse me. I go back around there, bamming on the door. Man, where my money at, man? You went in my pocket while I was asleep. She was like, nah, I ain't went in your pocket. I ain't went in your pocket. I don't do nothing like that. You know I wouldn't do you like that. And that ended up being my first encounter on the details of sleeping how you came. Sleep ready to roll. She went in my pocket and hit me up for $300. $300. And later that day, I think it was maybe the next day, she came back, had her hair did, had eyelashes and everything. So I took that as a loss, but we never, you know, bump heads again after that. I just, you know, didn't bother her. I took the liberty of, you know, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and be a passive and tell people like I didn't do nothing or whatever. But, you know, I eventually ended up seeing her sister. And I don't know if she ever found that out, but I took that out because I thought maybe that's how things were. You understand? Her sister came at me a certain type of way, and I didn't blink an eye. So fast forward, I met another red, beautiful thing, and we was in the club one night, and, you know, I always be into looking fly again, and, you know, this chick, she walk up to me. You know, I think she got me by at least about 10 years, but she was a jewel. Walked up to me, hair flowing, swagger. Hey, what's up? I heard about you. How she came at me. And I need to say this for anybody that's watching me, you know, tell my life story. I never liked a scared beggar. I never liked the person that came at me and titter-tattered about wanting a few $100 if you needed $1,000. I respected a woman that came to me and told me she needed $1,000 before I respected a woman that told me, look, I don't need but $200. I'll get the other money from somewhere else. You could get the whole $1,000 if you come out and run your mouth. That's how I am. You know, I met this chick. She about 10 years older than me. She offered me to come over to her house. I come to this chick house, and oh my goodness, boy, she was a real doll too. She was a doll. Them titties were percolating. You know, she had, I'm talking about the booty was pulsating everything. She had on like a little like a little nightgown or whatever. So she didn't give me no struggle. I came over and did what a hustler do. I did what a gangster do. I did what a man will do. I came over and I handled that business. On the way out, putting my clothes on, you know, because I watched them pants now. I remember that deal that I just described to you, so I'm good with that. I'm putting my pants on, but this one here was another type of animal though. She said, hey, I need you to do me a favor. So I was like, what's happening, mama? She was like, turn that lamp on over there for me. I said, right here? She said, yeah, just turn that lamp on over there for me. I turned the lamp on. When I turned the lamp on, she had a bill laying down, face down. And she said, turn that bill over and tell me what it say. I turned that bill over and it said $1,500. That was her light bill, $1,500. She told me, do you think you can give me a portion of that, slice it in half, a third of it, or however it was? And I'm like, hold on, I'm thinking my charm got me in the building. I'm thinking she liked me for my suaveness or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Man, I looked at that light bill, man. I looked at that light bill and instantly I just felt betrayed.